Hello and welcome to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the most innovative tarot slash metaphysical reading on the internet. Yeah, I combined the two. That's part of what makes this tarot reading so different. But how do I really effectively communicate this matrix energy called the tarot? Well, first I take a 3 card read. Okay, all I need is 3 cards. I've done tarot for over 20 years. I've found from my experience, doesn't predict a damn thing. Once in a while you might get a nibble, but really doesn't predict anything. But it's not intended to. I've discovered tarot is the science of potential, your potential to manifest, your potential to create human kryptonite. It's all about manifesting. You seeing a future, feeling a future or a potential, and then allowing that to happen, helping it. Now, by the way, let me throw in very quickly we all manifest even now. We just don't think that we do because we get negative results, but that's the way we're programmed. Generally speaking, they've done 3, 4 studies over the past 20 years or so. 5-year-olds have tremendous creative potential. Tremendous. 99% of the kids tested creative potential right off the charts. They take a look at the PhDs, you're lucky to get 1%. The possibilities, the creativity sucked out of him. That's the way the education system works. John D. Rockefeller, when he designed the system that we have in terms of education, early 1900s, he said, I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. That's pretty much what he got. And of course, with all of this AI, we're thinking even less and less and less, which is creating more and more problems. But the point of the matter is, with this 3 card tarot spread, I work at you manifesting a future that really helps to develop your potential. Okay, there's no fantasy, no unicorns, no rainbows, none of this woo woo stuff that so many tarot readers like to lean on because they really don't have anything to grab onto. So they got to make up stuff. They have to work with what they think you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And what we do here at the Tao Manifesting Tarot, we focus on the matrix, manifesting human kryptonite, your potential, your tarot transmutation, taking the frequencies from those 3 cards and melding them into one. Really, really important. Now, that's just step one. There are 2 steps to all of this. Tarot, the science of potential, step one. Okay, it's the destination in the reading. But you have to have a map to be able to successfully get to your destination. That's where the astrology, numerology come in. Because astrology, numerology, which by the way I've done for over 50 years, can't even believe I'm saying it, 50 years, God almighty. Anyway, it's the science of cycles upon cycles, upon cycles, upon cycles, upon cycles, upon cycles. If you pay attention, what happens is energies in a given time, in a given period, repeat and repeat and repeat. And every time they repeat, you get the same energy. For example, we had Pluto and Uranus in a certain position in the sky when we signed the Declaration of Independence. A year ago, Pluto, Uranus were together again in exactly the same spot, mainly because Pluto takes 250 years to go around the solar system, so it takes a while. But the energy of the American Revolution hit exactly last year. Oh, by the way, next summer, our 250th anniversary of the United States of America. And what are we in? A Pluto Uranus mix of energy. Pluto is kind of stepping up, evolving. And Uranus is revolution. But wait, there's more. Now move up in American history to 1860. Here we're on the verge of the Civil War. Uranus is still involved. This time it's Neptune. That combination is coming and hitting us now. So imagine The energy from the American Revolution hitting us just about a year ago, effectively still hitting us. And the energy from the American Civil War hitting us. What do we got in the country? In fact, the world, frankly. The need to evolve through revolution of some kind. And as days go by, that revolution thing, it becomes more and more evident, and it's not going to be pleasant. I think we've gotten past the point of being able to avoid it or evade it, and I think we're going to have to confront it head on. We'll talk more about that as the days and weeks go on. But that's the reason why this combination of the tarot, which is the science of potential, and the metaphysical approach in terms of astrology, numerology, the science of cycles comes together, because not only do we get the tarot destination, but we get the map. Or another way to look at it, the cosmic weather report. Let's say you're going to go out weekend, take a long weekend, little vacation stuff. One of the things that people check right away is, what's the weather going to be like? How do I prepare? Now, if you're planning on being outdoors a lot and you are planning to be active outdoors, if it's going to be raining or thundering or hurricanes or typhoon, you're not going to go. You're going to say, forget it. I'm not going to do it this weekend. Here, I live near Lake Superior. In fact, I can see it right from where I am right now. We get heavy duty winters. Come December, January, February, March, sometimes in July, but that's rare. We get snow and lots of it, and we plan on it. Okay, so it's a situation of, you need to know A, what your destination is, that's the tarot. And then B, how do I get there? How do I know when is the best time to go to my tarot destination? That's what makes this so special. So I can use astrology, and I often do, but I also sometimes just take stories from the news, current information. They will give you that same kind of a feeling. I don't try to force anything. I try to give you the feeling and the appropriate situation for you to use that tarot energy, because it literally is an opportunity for you to make sure that you manifest in the best way possible. Think of it as tarot transmutation. I'm going to be getting to all that in a minute, but first I want to kind of start things off with what I usually do. I call it the cosmic cycles. It kind of gives us a brief kind of run in terms of what we're going to be doing today. Remember, we're called stuck in the abyss. Okay? Neither here nor there. We're nowhere. Okay, between worlds. So now, with that in mind, the cosmic cycle and message today is, we're in the middle of zero. Much of the time lately, past year or two or three, you can find ourselves stuck in a vacuum. Can't move forward, can't move backward. That position makes us vulnerable. It makes us weak. The time has come for that kind of thing to end. You can't stay in neutral. It will either be forced on you, or you're going to have to exercise your own personal strength. Move on your own. Does that mean moving forward? It depends on your circumstances. Maybe that's not the best thing. Maybe you need to move backward, but you have to get moving. That's the whole point. Middle is zero, not good, and that's the big issue. That's the big energy coming up. We're going to get to more of it, but I just want to remind you, I do have a singular email that I use. Please contact me if you feel so reclined. Tao-tarot at proton.me. Tao-tarot at proton.me. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever you want, just communicate, reach out. I will reach back. It's communication. Tao-tarot at proton.me. All right, so let's get into the thinking out loud section. I put this up because we're talking about being stuck in neutral. And that's kind of what this picture exemplifies. Very few people know that in 1933, very busy year, I've talked about it astrologically. I will probably get back to it at some point down the road. But for now, 1933, the Zionists and Germany got together. They called them Zionists and Nazis, but that's not true. The word Nazi comes from ZI in Zionist, and then the German government. There was some sort of a special name for it, which NA covers. So you put the German NA for the organization and the Zionist ZI, and what do you come up with? NAZI, Nazis. And in 1933, the Zionists and the Germans with Hitler worked out a deal where 50 to 60,000 Jews were allowed to leave Germany with all of their possessions. Ideally, they were to head to Palestine because this was setting up this situation we have in the Middle East. Not all of them went there. Some of them went to America. Some of them went to Ukraine. Some went down to South America. But the majority did make it to the Middle East. My question is, how did you get the Germans and Zionists to agree to let 50, 60,000 Jews out of Europe? What was the bargain? Of course, you're not going to hear about that because there are a lot of questions in that whole situation. But the Zionists seem to have opened the door to say, look, this 50, 60,000, they're special. The other ones we don't care so much about. But this 50 or 60,000 is super special. What was the agreement? I don't know. Still don't know. But it's one of those questions. It's fake history, the way we're told. Nazis or not, the German government and the Zionists combined together their initials, NAZI. They came up with something that worked for both sides. Short term, anyway. Just thought that you might want to know as we're stuck in the middle. Here you go. There's a prime case. Let's move on to the meme of the day. Boy, we got a load today. Holy mackerel. And not surprisingly, a lot of it has to do with bad people, mostly Billy Gates. Have you heard about the massive calls for Bill Gates to be arrested? Now, Africa has, I think, one or two countries who are already in that kind of position. They've kicked Bill Gates out, said, you're not welcome here. You've, with all your chemicals and vaccines and stuff, you've sterilized our women. You've killed people, made them sick. We don't want you here. If you show up here, you're going to be arrested or worse. Well, guess what? Apparently in America, people are waking up to the fact that this man is an asshole, a moron, a psychopath, and a murderer. And so calls are now making it around the country. Get this man. RFK wrote in a book, Fauci and Billy killed millions of children, made billions of dollars with vaccines. This psychopath announced that 7 billion people should become vaccinated because they say Bill Gates, World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, and others, Georgia Guidestones, by 2050, the plan is to get rid of 95% of us off the planet. 95%. And Billy says, I can do it. Let me vax. Let me give them bugs. Let me do whatever I can do because I enjoy it. Speaking of bugs, bottom right, I wanted to pass this along to you. As you're looking at food in a store, if you see E120 or E904, you know there are insects, ground up insects. They are preparing you for eating bugs. Another Billy idea. And Robert F. Kennedy, HHS Secretary, reveals the system is broken. 80% of the people give up on reporting vaccine injury. We are held hostage by people like George Soros. He is the man who funded No Kings protest. He's done BLM. Anything he can to disrupt America because he's said publicly he wants to destroy America. So he keeps rolling out the billions of dollars. They come up with all kinds of shit that we have to deal with. It's just distraction while Billy gets ready to vaccinate. Missing link tying it all together. I love this. Sally Grover says, if you think that women have penises, I won't believe a single word you say about anything else, because if you will lie about something so obvious, I assume you're going to lie about everything. We should look at our politicians the same way. You know they're lying when they're opening their mouth. Right now, I can only count about 5 people in all of Congress who I trust. I don't think I could add 5 more. 10 out of 435. If I was lucky, 10 out of 435 people. Yeah, it's amazing. Mark Twain said, politicians are like diapers. You need to change them often for the same reason. I think he hit it right on the head. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, of course, we have a little bit here from Joe Rogan, who say that some people want to make their decisions for us, like Billy Gates. They know better. They want to kill us, 95% of us. And we let them make decisions for our lives. Talk about sheep. Let's go to the tarot reading for today. Manifested reading energy. The 3 cards are biggie today. Remember, we're talking about stuck in the abyss, stuck in zero. Not going forward, not going backward, actually not even going sideways. I mean, we're just not. First card, King of Pentacles. Kings always make proclamations. It's usually the queens that follow through on that, but the kings come up with the idea. And this idea for the King of Pentacles is take responsibility. Pentacles are not money, they're not riches. I saw a little article here about Clint Eastwood, 95, been through a bit, had a very interesting life, and he said, you know what, when it gets right down to it, the things that money can buy, really not worth it. It's the friendship, it's the loves, it's the connections, it's the happiness, it's the sadness, it's the living as a human being that really matters. And that's what the King of Pentacles says. Assume responsibility. Get a true value system. If you're just chasing things, you're missing the whole point. And if you're just chasing things, you are still stuck in the abyss. You're running around like a chicken with your head's cut off, but you're not going anyplace. Next card is the Star card, relief and inspiration. A chance to catch your breath, a chance for you to see what your value system is or should be and get inspired by that vision. I know responsibility is a pain in the ass. I know responsibility, boy, we avoid that like the plague. But it's something that has to be done. And what the hell am I doing? You're going to need strength, fortitude, and patience. This says you can do it. You can do it. Do it. Reap the benefits. They're powerful. Powerful juju. Stuck in the abyss. No more. Hey, tell you what, choices and time, that's all we get. Choose both wisely. Between now and the next time you and I get a chance to do this manifesting tarot thing together, please, 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 please remember to like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. It's important, a lot more than many people understand. Between now and the next time you and I get together and do this thing, peace and blessings.